Bye.
Good afternoon, girls. Thanks for joining me for our presentation on our La Trobe City Library's e-resources. Who have I got there today?
Hayley, and this is Michaela.
Thanks for coming along. At the conclusion of this PowerPoint, I will send out a copy of the PowerPoint to you. So if there's anything that you'll want to go over in your own time, you'll have that copy there for you. All right. Before we get started, in these sessions, we respect everyone and their privacy as well, so we don't share any personal identifying information outside of our group. Another important thing is when we're talking about e-resources, we've just got to be really careful that we're complying with copyright laws and not sharing anything that's not yours to share. Alrighty, so today our goal is to have an overview of some of the library's most popular apps, and to answer any questions you might have about our digital library. So in order to access our digital library, you will need a smart device, so a phone or a tablet. Some things you can access on the computer as well. And you'll also need your La Trobe City library card and your PIN for that as well. If you don't have those today, don't stress. You can do this in your own time afterwards. If you don't have a PIN, you will need to contact the library either by phone or going in just to set up that PIN so you're ready to go. Does that make sense? Fabulous. All right, first of all, what is a digital library? Does anyone want to have a go at having an answer to that one? No, that's okay. So that's what we're going to talk about today, what a digital library is, how we access our digital library, and is there any cost involved? So at La Trobe City, we pay for a bunch of different apps and things so that patrons, which is you guys, can access all these things for free. Our digital library is a range of apps that help you to watch movies, read and listen to books, browse comics, do some research, and also keep up to date with newspapers and magazines. So they are all free to use. All you need is your library card and that PIN number that we talked about as well. All right, so I always recommend people when joining the library to download the Libraries Victoria app. When we've downloaded it, logging in with our library card number and our PIN, you'll get a home screen that looks like this. And we're just going to have a little look at how that looks as well, if that one's going to play. So there's lots of different things you can do from the Libraries Victoria app. You can check your barcode, so you can scan your barcode at the library. You can check your checkouts, which are the books that you currently have out, both online books and your physical copies. So these are my current checkouts there. In each book, you have the options to renew items, or if they're an online resource, you can return items from this screen as well. So then you also have the option to have a look at any holds that you place. So if you place something on reservation, you'll be able to see this as a list here. Some will be ready to pick up. It'll also come up if it's in transit, which means it's being sent to the library for you as well. So those things will all appear here. And from this screen, you can cancel those holds as well. So it also has access to all of our e-library inside Libraries Vic to let you know what we do have access to. So we can have a look at that. And all the different ones that La Trobe has access to are just listed here. So you've got BorrowBox, Cloud Library, Comics Plus, Press Reader and World Book Online listed in there. And we've also got our e-films as well. So these are the film apps that we have access to, Beamer Film and Canopy. You've also got access to our library Facebook page link and some other information that is relevant to Latrobe City Libraries. You can also scan barcode ISBNs in the app. So if you're at the bookstore and you see something really cool and you want to know if the library has it, you can do that in the app as well. So it's a terrific app. Highly recommend you guys download that. It really adds to your library experience. All right, so some of the apps that we're going to go through, we're going to start with BorrowBox. So this one has its own app, so you'll need to download that from the Google Play Store or the App Store. Each different library has their own catalogue when using BorrowBox. So the things attached to your Latrobe City Library membership will be different to, say, if you were a Wellington Shire member as well. So you would have your own set of resources to look through. BorrowBox is primarily ebooks and audiobooks, and there's a great big catalogue that you can look at too. Cloud Library is quite similar to BorrowBox in that it's primarily ebooks and audiobooks. It also has Latrobe's collection of magazines as well. Once again, it has its own app, and the way this one differs from BorrowBox the most is that it has access to other libraries' catalogues as well. So it's not just what Latrobe City is paid for, it's a whole bunch of libraries. The downside of that, of course, is that you have more patrons using those resources. So sometimes it does take a little while to be able to get the resources that you want. Comics Plus will interest you guys if you like your manga or your graphic novels, which is very popular at the moment. There are two different apps you can download for Comics Plus. You can download the one that's got the whole collection, or if you are a younger person, such as yourselves, you might like to download the Comics Plus for children so that you're not getting any adult inappropriate content on there as well. So it's got its own app again, and yeah, a really great range of graphic novels. So if you can't find something inside the library, have a look on there as well. So it's a different range of things as well. So that's a very big collection. Press Reader might not interest you guys, but it is important for housing our newspapers from around the world. So we have a lot of international patrons that really enjoy using Press Reader to catch up on the news from home. And there's also a great collection of magazines on there as well. So once again, has its own app, and you will need to log in with your library card there as well. If you're doing research for a school project or even some family history research, we have a few different outlets available for this as well. World Book Online is a great one for your encyclopedic knowledge. The same with Britannica Library. Ancestry.com is for your family history. So if you're wanting to learn more about yours or somebody else's family history, that's a really great one to use. The only difference with Ancestry.com is you need to be accessing the library's Wi-Fi when you log in to be able to access it for free. So it is a little bit different, that one, but next time you're in the library, if that's something you're interested in, that's something you can do either on your own device on the Wi-Fi, or you can use the computers at the library too. Storybox is probably a little bit young for you guys now, but if you've got younger siblings or you're babysitting or anything like that, it's got a really great range of, well, you've got a little one there, a great range of picture storybooks and junior fiction, as well as authors and other prominent people reading out stories as well. So it's another great way to I guess, share resources and experience stories in a different way, which is really great for little ones. Movie apps, we've got two through Latrobe City, Canopy and Beamer Film. Again, they both have their own apps, but you can stream them on a desktop as well. These have a big range of movies, from indie movies, award-winning films, and also international films. So it's a really great resource for those that speak a different language, as it's got all those different movies that you might not see on our regular streaming services. So, all right, so you've picked an app and you want to know how to access it. You're trying to log in. The most common issues that we have when people are having trouble accessing the apps is their login details aren't working. It could be a number of different things. Mostly it's people forgetting what their PIN is. So if you need to reset your PIN, you can call the library or pop into the library and we can do that for you. The other thing is sometimes if you haven't used your library card for a very long time, your card will deactivate itself. So that's another call or visit to the library and we'll get that fixed for you. If you are having trouble using any of the apps, so you've logged into Storybox and you're trying to work out how it works, you can also pop in and we can either set you up with a tech help appointment, or if it's a quick question, we can do that at the desk for you as well. YouTube is also wonderful for learning how to do everything. So there are many videos on how to use all these apps on there as well. Alrighty, so as we've gone through, you need your library card and you need a PIN for that library card to access those details. There are a range of different services we offer, from ebooks and audiobooks. We want to use Cloud Library and BorrowBox primarily. Our comics on Comics Plus, films on Beamer Film and Canopy, and our newspapers and magazines on Press Reader and Cloud Library. Does anyone have an app that they think sounds like something they would like to use out of those ones? Yeah?
Comics Plus sounds like an interesting app to use.
Yeah. Do you like your graphic novels? Yeah, I'd highly recommend giving it a go. It's pretty easy to use. A lot of the apps are very simple in the way that the button says what you want it to do. So it's pretty easy to use, but if you do have trouble, pop into your library and they can give you a hand with that. All right, do you have any questions about those apps that we've had a look at today? No? Like I said, we'll email you a copy of this slideshow if you want to go back through any of the information, and of course come into the library and speak to the library staff and they'll be more than happy to help you with any questions about any of the apps as well. So for more information about the apps that La Trobe City has, we've got the website on there for you. All right, thank you so much for joining us today. If you are interested, we do have another series of training videos that we're going to be doing, and they're going to cover each of the apps more in detail. So I'm going to send out some information via email about that, and then if you want to come along to that as well, feel free. Thank you very much, girls. Have a good day. I don't actually know how to stop it.